What is up, bro? I'm about to impart on you some high-level knowledge right here. So, have a seat. It's gonna be good, so stick around. I'm gonna tell you this now. If you are getting serious about racing, one of the best ways for you to get better is to practice visualization. It is one of the best ways to prep if you have a big race coming up and you need to perform well at it. Let me teach you how to do it. It's pretty simple. This is a practice that I've been following for a while now. I've kind of developed it to fit my own needs, but it works pretty well and it really impacts how you feel on race day. You feel a lot more confident, a lot more ready to race. So what you're going to do here is you're going to sit down. Sit somewhere comfortable, sit somewhere where you can relax and not worry about other people walking in. Then you're going to start with some deep breathing and just focusing your mind. Get rid of all the extra thoughts and try and just calm yourself down. You've been so stimulated over the day that this is going to be hard. Your attention span is so messed up that this is going to be difficult for you. This is going to be the hard part. But I believe in you. You got this. Now, you're going to resist the lizard brain inside of you that is telling you that it's okay, that you don't have to do this, and that you'll be fine if you just stay home and don't visualize your race. That is the part of you that does not want you to succeed. I want you to push through that, to know that this is important and that you don't have to listen to that voice in your head. Now I want you to start to see yourself in your race. You want to visualize the beginning of the race as you're coming up to the line. You're ready, you're doing your warm-up, you're getting ready, and the start is on the line. You're about to start your race. And you need to see yourself as you start the race, the opening 100 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters of your race. You need to see that happen. You need to see it go well. And you need to see yourself look strong and be confident through it. Then you kind of need to see yourself in the middle. This really helps if you're trying to visualize a race course. If you go at about, say you're doing a 5K, look at yourself, visualize yourself going through the 2-mile mark. And just picture in your mind the course, how it's going to look, how it's going to feel as you're running it. And then you're going to visualize the end, visualize the last half mile, the final kick as you're really pushing yourself as hard as you can. What's important in here is that you include a couple things in your visualization. One is a worst case scenario. So you want to visualize yourself if one of your competitors is like coming up on you and you really, your goal is to be that person. You need to visualize that happening so you're ready for it on race day. You also need to visualize yourself pushing through pain because the race is going to hurt. And you need to know that ahead of time and be prepared for it mentally. So visualize yourself as you are struggling through that pain and all that work you're doing, and see how you are able to work through it and become better through it. And finally, visualize the finish. There's a very important psychological thing in this, and that if you visualize the finish beforehand, you are much more likely to succeed in the end. You have to understand that there are literally psychological reasons. Studies have shown that if you do this, it actually improves your performance. Don't ask me to cite it, but it's out there, trust me. You could only read the abstract anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you do this, it will in fact give you an edge over your competition. This will put you a step ahead of everybody else in the race if you are so mentally prepared that you are ready for anything. Think if you're racing David Goggins. If David Goggins was your fitness level, he would still beat you because he's just so much tougher mentally. His mind game is way ahead of yours. So think of this as another aspect of development in your training. You need to develop your mind as well as your body when you're preparing for a race. It's super important that you do this in order to become truly great. If you want to be mediocre, that's fine. You don't have to do this. But if you're actually striving for achievement, which hopefully if you're watching this video, you probably are, you will need to start training your mind in the same way that you do your body. This is not only limited to visualization. You can also do things like meditation, journaling. Literally staring at a wall will make you better at running. I like to do this in the context of my runs and their relationship with music. Running without music is legitimately a form of mental training. In the race, you cannot have music with you unless maybe you're doing an ultra, then they kind of allow it sometimes. But for the vast majority of racers, you will not be able to have music with you when you race. So training without it and going to that completely bored, just absolutely empty mental space, you will actually train your brain to be able to deal with that and push through and find grit in things other than music. Music is great, it can really stimulate you, but it is not necessarily the best idea to have AirPods in every single round. Find somebody to talk to, find somebody to run with, and you'll have a lot better time in your training. Alright boys, I hope you enjoyed the kind of summary of visualization today. If you want to see more of this from a kind of unconventional small YouTuber, subscribe. It helps me a lot. I hope there are people who are kind of starting to want to join us on this journey. There are a lot of videos coming out right now, so now is a good time to join. It's free of cost, so just hop right in. I almost just said amen. That would have been weird. Alright bro, I'll see you. Keep training, man. I love you.